Hey everybody, this is Smashing Game Time, day 5 of our Game of the Year coverage, and today is all for all the marbles. This is Game of the Year. I've got Jake and Josh here with me to debate our top 10 games of the year. Jake and Josh, say hello to the people.
People, hello.
What's up?
They are
Help
so
us.
excited.
Nick's keeping us hostage.
I
He
am
has us-
keeping them hostage. We are getting this done today.
We are doing great.
All I
Stop-
have had,
Stop
all I've
Morse
had
coding.
eaten was a bowl of KFC with one chicken in it.
Josh,
He
if
gave me
you
the skin.
Jake has been well fed, and Josh, stop Morse coding to our video watchers.
I know what you're talking about. They're
Our
doing.
our
we're doing
viewers
great.
cannot save you. Our viewers cannot save you. We've got a handful of games. We're going to whittle the list down to our top 10 of 2022. And then that's it. No more list. That's it. This is the last list. No more list, guys. This is the one that everybody has to go by from now on.
Oh, this is
Ever.
not true because I think next week we're doing another list.
Shut up. We're not doing any more lists, Josh. Shut up. All right. So, Game of the Year. Our nominees are Signalis, Marvel Snap, Tunic, Cuphead, Delicious Last Course, DLC. See what they did there? Midnight Fight Express, Neon White, Dune, Spice Wars, Vampire Survivors, Nobody Saves the World, Norco, Moonscars, Total War Warhammer 3, Somerville, Pentiment, Power Wash Simulator, Fortnite, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Stray, Horizon Forbidden West, Evil West, Fashion Police Squad, Boyfriend Dungeon, Into the Backrooms, Phasmophobia, Phantom Brigade Alpha, Infernax, and Wordle. What a list, gentlemen.
Oh dear God. Okay, so let's knock this out real quick, Jake. And I think Jake's agrees with me on this. Fortnite, Wordle need to go.
Fortnite, guys, no build mode came out. They attracted people back with that, and then they did the Dragon Ball Z event. I think Fortnite can stay for right now.
So, Nick, in your opinion, what is Game of the Year to you?
Game of the Year is a list of games. They may have come out this year. They may have had a big thing that happened to them this year that drove people back to them in droves.
Fortnite needs to go.
I think.
I'll allow Fortnite to stay, but Wordle needs to go.
Okay, so what's your beef with Wordle?
It's not a game.
It is
Nick,
such
let me
a
ask you
game.
this. No, Nick, let me ask you this. Is Wordle Game of the Year for you?
It's not Game
Is
of
it
the
top
Year
three?
for me.
Is it top 3?
Is it top 10?
No.
Yeah, go and
Get
cut that
out.
bitch.
No, but let me.
Get out.
Here's my argument for Wordle. During Omicron, when Omicron was big back in January, February, Wordle was all anybody could talk about. Like, you couldn't get on Twitter or any social media without seeing those stupid little fucking squares.
Nick, I'm going to be blatantly honest. That was the same
Sorry.
case for Elden Ring. And guess what? Elden Ring actually won Game of the Year.
Yeah. For other outlets, doesn't mean it's gonna win here. Josh, Wordle's out. Oh no, I hit the button that makes all the code stuff pop up. Okay, it's gone. It's gone. All right, let's just run down the list. I think Signalis stays, just because it's a horror game that was inspired by Resident Evil and Silent Hill very heavily. But I feel like it's a horror game that, like, 10 years from now, we're gonna be seeing a bunch of stuff inspired by Signalis.
I mean, you've got a point, and I do want to play it, so I will say leave it in there for now. And we are doing top 10, so it's a little easier.
It's a little
Yeah.
easier to keep stuff right now. Marvel Snap.
It could stay. I mean, it was mobile Game of the Year.
Yeah, it can stay for now.
Well, and again, this is our list. It doesn't have to. My cat's knocking over my cans. Ernie, come on.
How many cans you got there, you alcoholic?
Just 2. It's Game of the Year. It's a celebration. But I do think Marvel Snap can stay. Do you guys think Tunic stays? Because you guys have been hating on Tunic this whole time.
I
Did
think
you
it
hear
can stay
that,
for now.
Foxy, the Fox Network Fox?
I think it can stay for now. I mean, yeah, we've been hating it all night, but it's not like a bad hate. It's unfortunately there are other contenders that could actually step up to the plate and outperform it. Doesn't mean it's not worthy of Game of the Year because it's heavily inspired by Legend of Zelda. So
Have we all played Tunic here? Have all of us?
yeah, I've played it,
Dabbled?
yeah.
Not. I've seen it. I have not played it.
Okay. We'll keep it for now. Cuphead, Delicious Last Course. It's crazy to me to think that Cuphead came out 5 years ago and it's just now getting this DLC that's been talked about. It's kind of like what's the Hollow Knight DLC, Silk Song?
Silk Song, yeah.
The fact that it's here now, like it was announced, I want to say earlier this year or late last year, and then it finally came out June or July, whenever it did. It's here. Technically 5 new bosses, but so many new enemies. Introduced Miss Chalice. It's got a pretty fun story involved with it, and all the boss fights are fun.
I think it could be removed, but like I said, we're dealing with 10, and we need to get through the list first before I start making final choices. So it can stay. It can stay for now because I know down this list we will be removing a handful more. So
Midnight Fight Express, very much, very, very much John Wick the game. You throw stuff at people, you have guns. Guns feel very weird in this game, but it's because they're just so violent. Like when you're throwing punches, like it's gonna take a few punches to knock someone out. You shoot someone, they're fucking dead. It just adds a weightiness to like the violence of it.
It's like real life.
Real fucking life. Fight Night
shoot
Express.
someone, you're
real
dead.
life.
let's keep it on the list. Let's move
Keep it
on.
on the list. Neon White. Neon White's that first-person shooter that's a speed run. You get through each level. You have to kill the demons in it. Reminded me a lot of like Super Meat Boy and Explosion Man, but first-person shooter. The anime is very cringe in it, but I think anime in general is pretty cringe.
You hear this guy? He's like, oh, dude, they have Dragon Ball Z in Fortnite. Fortnite, man.
Hold on.
It's Goku from Fortnite.
I know Matt's not here, so I'll go ahead and do something similar for him.
Oof. You're getting the trash can.
What is that, your junk drawer?
Well, it's Andy's office. It's just whatever trash he had in here before.
So what you're saying is Neon White does not make this list.
I don't think it makes the list.
Okay. Next up, Dune Spice Wars. That's the RTS. Came out from the same team that did Northgard. I enjoyed it in the middle of the year. It was a fun little getaway. Each game did take a hot minute though. Like games were like hours long. These weren't short games.
So what you're saying is like the more realistic side of like if you're actually going to see that happening in real time, that's more likely what it'd be like.
It was more like it was less Northgard and more like a 4X RTS where you weren't so worried about combat. Most of it was like economy, like, you know, getting your economy set up and then kind of having your defenses set up. And oh man, I need to go back to it now that they actually have multiplayer in it, because when I played it, it was only single player. And I'm sure multiplayer is fun, but man, those games were long. I mean, I put it on here because I enjoy enjoy good RTS, but I can see Dune Spice Wars going. Vampire Survivors. I see this thing just because like the games are 30 minutes long. You guys played this, right?
Yeah.
It's fun. It's one of those games where you can turn. In fact, after we're done recording this, I'll probably jump in and do one before I start editing these down.
You won't.
I might.
It can stay for now. I'll just keep moving down the list.
Nobody Saves the World. I feel like I've made a strong case for this game throughout all of the coverage these last 2 weeks.
I think it can stay down the list. Just at this point, let's move down the list for ones and get to ones that like either none of us have played or we've gotten to the point where we all can agree like, hey, maybe this shouldn't be on top 10 because we have a lot here.
We've got Norco, which is again, I've been singing this one's praise again. It's great music, great story, very moody game. Click through. I know point and click's not popular in this family. Not since Scooby-Doo from the Sega Genesis days.
Hey, you leave Scooby-Doo out of this, you son of a bitch.
That was a good Scooby-Doo game. I actually watched the Let's Play of it recently. But I think Norco hangs for a minute.
Yeah, it can stay on here, but it's not going to make 10 more than likely.
Well, we'll see. Let's see what we whittle down. Moon Scars is that 2D Souls-like
Castlevania. Yeah.
Castlevania. I enjoyed it. I don't see it hanging. Once everything is said and done, I think we can get cut.
So are you saying cutting it now or saving it?
I say cut it now because I don't see it hanging. I don't see you.
Cut it.
I don't see you boys wanting to keep it for the long run.
I mean, I love a good Castlevania-like game, but
Total War Warhammer 3. The fact that they've got war in there is twice as sneaky and a waste of money in printing the word war. But
a whole 2 cents. Ooh, watch out.
I played this back in February. They've added a lot of stuff since then. This is very much you have the world map, you go into a battle, you go into these giant battles of all these different enemies. They've got 9 different factions. I don't know. I don't have all my Warhammer lore on me. I'm not a Warhammer guy. I'm not like Henry Cavill, whatever the fuck his name is. But I mean, the time that I spent with it was a lot of fun. I'm just not deep on the Warhammer. I don't know if you guys like Warhammer.
I
Eh,
tried to understand it, and I think I haven't found the person who can explain it very well.
That's a lot coming from the guy who likes Gundam.
Hey, you fucking leave Gundam out of this. Quit bringing my childhood up and ruining it.
Oh man, Gundam.
You big piece of shit.
Hey, Gundam is fucking cool. Okay, have you even watched any of the new series,
Ew, no.
The Witch from Mercury? It's pretty good so far. At first, like the first couple episodes, like, oh, this isn't like the traditional Gundam where someone's gonna die. This is actually a change of pace. And then they had a really sad death. And I'm like, God damn it.
God damn it, they killed somebody. Well, spoilers for Witch of Mercury.
Well, I mean, it's not going to be really a spoiler because you won't see it coming until the end.
Oh,
of the
okay.
episode.
They never do.
They never do. I'm deleting Warhammer 3. Next up, Somerville. I think it swings for a little bit. This is that limbo.
Does it crawl its way up to 10 though?
I think it does. I think it does once we get through the rest of this list.
Okay, what about Pentiment?
I don't think any of us have played enough of Pentiment. I can't argue it. I don't have the energy to argue it. I think it's a lot of reading, and I know you guys don't like to read.
You're right.
That's not true.
No, you guys don't like to read. Don't lie to me, Josh.
That's
Don't try to
not true at
church up
all.
this podcast by saying you read.
I do read.
It's just a lot of
Reddit.
reading. It's some interesting stuff. There's some dynamics with meals in there where you pick who to eat with in the village or in the town, and it kind of dictates what you're eating and the conversations you're having and who you're building relationships with. I still want to play more of it. I've only played through the first few hours of it, so I can't make the strongest argument for it.
Never could.
I did think that, like, part of me was like, this would, like, if I had finished it, I could make stronger arguments for it, but I've still got a little bit to go.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on. Power Wash Simulator. There is nothing that feels better in this game than hitting that last little 0.1% of grime and then it replaying like here's the video, the fast video of you doing it. And it feels so good.
It's honestly, there's not a single game out there. Okay, so I played a lot of the simulator games that have come out these past couple years. This one, just there's something about it. It's so soothing. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but every once in a while I'll come across like a video on like Reddit or sometimes even like Facebook comes up with like one of their weird like, oh, they suggested this for you, and it's literally just somebody power washing, and I'm mesmerized by it every time. It's just so clean to watch.
Yeah.
It's orgasmic. Yes, Jake, it is orgasmic.
Jake, for those on audio, Jake made his O face, and I never want to see it again. I think Power Wash Simulator is a strong contender.
Oh, it very much is. I think it's top 5.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Fortnite, guys, I'm serious about Fortnite.
Okay, well, we
fighting
talked
this
about
fight.
Fortnite. We talked about the Fortnite beginning. Let's just move on for now. We said we're going to keep it.
I'm for removing Elden Ring. And
No,
here-
no,
I
fuck
agree.
you.
No,
Here-
I agree with Nick. I agree.
Here's my argument. The three of us, and I think the other two as well, haven't played enough of it.
I would say Matt is probably the closest to be able to justify the amount of play time into it, but even then, I don't think it's enough since he's not here.
I hope Let Me Solo Her sees this and just comes into your world and just solos you.
Well, Jake, Jake, make an argument for it if you enjoyed the content that you've experienced with it so much this year.
It's great. It had speed runs, like months of speed runs. It had DLC just came out for the arena. There's so many secrets that like people are like continue to discover in the game. Like it's just phenomenal. The game still like there's a lot of like mods to the game.
I'm literally about to blow your mind here. You just named every fucking game in the world. People are still finding secrets about all these different games that are so many years old. There's so many mods for all these games.
Then why are those other games not on this list, Josh?
Because they didn't come out this year.
So Fortnite didn't come out this year.
Yeah, but to Nick's argument, they at least have new content.
So
The whole
that's
argument
right?
here is that this is our top 10 list, and if none of us really spent that much time with the game, should it be on the top 10 list? But the argument I'm making in Jake's case is that Jake spent a lot of time with it content-wise, like watching streamers play it and watching like lore and YouTube videos.
Well, then it's gonna be the same case for the next one, God of War Ragnarok. I don't know about you guys. I'm avoiding as much as possible because I actually want to sit down and play it.
I don't have a PS5, so I have no choice.
Yeah, I mean,
You have a brother who has one that you can come over and play.
It's a lot of work.
Is it though?
I
Bring
might come
Gus
over and watch
over.
you play
Andy
it.
would bring Gus over. Andy can watch him because you know she wants to see him all the time.
So are we getting rid of Ragnarok, keeping Elden Ring for now? Or do you want to keep? Do you want to keep Ragnarok?
No, no, because none of us. The whole thing is this is our list, and Jake hasn't touched Elden Ring, but he says he's watched a lot of content. That's the only argument he has.
Okay. Up next, Stray.
I personally think it's Stay because it shows the world that you don't have to be a triple A company to develop such a beautiful looking game and a very simple concept of a game.
and you can mod your cat as Shrek.
You can mod your cat to be whatever the fuck you want it to be.
I like the Garfield mod better.
But no, like literally, realistically, it shows everyone that hey, indie companies can actually pack a punch in their games.
I think people just like cats.
That too.
I honestly don't know the premise of the game.
It's a cat in a robot world. It's as much as I know. The world has ended. Humans gone. Good.
The world is a vampire.
Dun, 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 dun. Horizon Forbidden West. Josh, does it hang?
So okay, everybody talks shit because yes, both times the first one came out and it got shoved into the darkness. Same with this one. But I mean, not only is it able to stand up with these games and still produce numbers, they improved on it and made it better with Forbidden West. Like the melee combat is more better. There's more equipment, new areas. The story is fantastic so far. Though what I played with it definitely gets overshadowed by all these big games. And I feel very bad for the developers because, like, you work so hard to get overshadowed by the same game with a different skin. And I'm not saying that to disrespect Elden Ring. I'm saying that to show that Horizon should be shot down for not being a game of the year contender compared to Elden Ring, which is basically the same game. It just adds more content, a sports game equivalent. And then same thing with God of War. Basically the same game, we just added more content to it. Tell me I'm wrong.
Now, I read that Aloy is more annoying in this one.
She, so far, in my opinion, kinda is, but not enough to be like, oh, I don't like her as a character. It's more just like she's being more fleshed out in this one.
The thing I had read was that she was very, like, by the end of the first one, she takes on this role of, like, the chosen one. And if you can't see me, I'm air quoting. And she takes it very seriously in the second one and won't take the help of others, even though it feels like the help of others would kind of, like, speed things up for her.
Well, like I said, they're trying to flesh out her character more. And based on what I've gone through with in the story so far, I agree that she's accepted the role, and I think she thinks she's the only one who can do it, and it's going to come down to her realizing that she might be this chosen one, but that doesn't mean she can't accept the help of others to, get those goals.
So didn't she face a similar arc in the first one though? Like, wasn't it pretty similar? Or what was her arc in the first one?
Well, her arc in the first one was basically getting revenge.
Spoilers for Zero Dawn. What's she getting revenge on? Didn't someone kill her mom or something?
No, they killed her father figure, the man who raised her, basically. And they also attacked her tribe when they were doing their ceremony to be part of the tribe. So basically, she goes out as the Seeker to figure out where these people are coming from and basically get revenge. And she ends up uniting the land, basically.
And that's when she becomes the chosen one.
Well, at that point, she kind of was the reason she becomes the chosen one is because she finds out that her birthplace, the place that she was born, actually ends up opening up for her, and she learns more about the world.
Josh, you're making a strong case. I think it stays.
Like I said, I think top 10 for sure, but I don't think it'll win Game of the Year, but it does get overshadowed a lot, and it's unfortunate because it's a really fantastic series.
All right, up next. Yeah, it's that'll be. You know what? The show's gonna come out. The show they have planned for Amazon, and some other bull or whatever it's gonna be on.
Warhammer. Warhammer's gonna come.
Warhammer's gonna come out and just completely eclipse it. Like people are gonna be like, yeah, you know that Horizon show was nice. That
Either that or
Warhammer show was
Invincible
better."
comes out,
Or the
Invincible
God of
season
War.
2, or God of War. Yeah,
Just
something
something's gonna
comes out just
completely
overshadows it.
Something's gonna like what's it called? Squid Game season 3 will be out by that point, and they'll be like, "Oh, Squid
Yeah.
Game season 3 was
Just
amazing. Horizon was
the-
okay." Moving on. Evil West. I think this game hangs. It's a great B game. Like I said, very Western. You have two arms. You have your arm, which is your main melee arm, and you have another one that kind of like you can use to pull enemies in. You can use to like shoot yourself out to enemies. And like when you do that, you zap them, and then you just start tapping like the melee button, and you start just jabbing them to death as they're electrocuted. It's super corny. There's a scene where a guy runs into an enemy unknowingly, and it felt just like when the guy in the first Gears of War ran into a berserker. Reminded me of that completely. There's a secret society that they're government based, and they hunt vampires and all these other creepy crawlies, and you take on one who's like gone rogue. You kill him, but his like surrogate daughter is pissed, so she finds out where your people are hidden and attacks your base, infects your father, and you're basically going on a quest to like stop her and try to find the cure for your dad. It's cheesy as fuck, but it's so good. It's so fucking good. It should not be this good. And it is really fun game, really good game. The level, like it's set up, I think there's like 16 different levels. The enemies range from vampires to werewolves to weird mole things. And there's a lot of gunplay, but there's a lot more like just melee. And it's just stupid fun that I haven't seen since like an Xbox 360 game. I rest my case.
Well, Fashion Police Squad.
Fashion Police Squad is another one I put on here. It's that Doom shooter I talked about where the enemies are all committing fashion crimes. So you're shooting them to like, oh, your pants are down. Well, now your pants are up. Oh, you're wearing a dress or a skirt or a shirt that's too long. Oh, our seamstress gun just made that right. There's one where the person listens to their music out loud in person, and you shoot them with your gun to make the music stop. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Oh, there's a guy who wears a thong bikini with thong flip flops, and he's huge, and like you have to like put more clothes on him. It's just a stupid fun game, and there's a mystery, and like you don't know who the bad guy is, but apparently he's like the brother of the secret guy who's helping you, and his name is Turncoat. Stupid fucking jokes.
I don't think it sounds like a fun game. I don't think it's Game of the Year worthy.
Agreed.
You don't see Fashion Police Squad making top 10.
No.
Oh, Fashion Police Squad. I tried. Boyfriend Dungeon didn't come out this year, but it did have a big update this year that added 2 weapons. It was a heavy hammer and a scythe. They were both very sexy. I romanced.
Did you date either one of them?
I romanced both of them. God damn it! If you remember correctly, I broke Boyfriend Dungeon this year because I dated a weapon all the way up to climax, which that's not what it's called, but I'm calling it that. And once you've dated a weapon enough, it gives you double experience with the other ones. So basically, I would go to a dungeon, and a weapon would level up 4 or 5 times, and then the game would just like. The game has a cell phone that is broken if you break it, and I just kept getting calls and texts about going on dates. And it's
Does your wife know?
Does my wife know I'm dating these weapons? No. And if you tell her, I will have my weapons kill you. I thought it was a cool update. We can cut it because I know you guys all hate Boyfriend Dungeon, but it's a fun game.
No, we don't hate it. We hate you talking about it. There's a difference.
No, yeah, we just hate you.
I love Boyfriend Dungeon. I'll cut it though.
Worst defense attorney ever.
Your Honor, I'm cutting my client. Into the Backrooms. This is one we all played together. I don't think it's the most well-made game,
Yeah, it's not the best optimized.
but it's fun to like get scared together, and I think that is worth something.
Game worth getting off the list.
Not worth this list.
Damn, I really appreciate our time together. Apparently, you guys don't. Goodbye, Into the Backrooms. Phasmophobia also got a big update. Now they have 20 different ghost types. It feels better optimized, at least from the few times we played it this year. And And again, it's fun to get scared together. Any thoughts
Much
on that?
better. It's much better in VR than it is in standard. I'm gonna tell you that right now. My only reason for it is instead of only being able to hold 3 items, you can hold 4 in VR.
What? Wait, you can hold 4 in VR? What kind of bullshit is this?
And you can hold 2 at the same time.
Well, that's what I meant. So you put 2 in your pockets, 1 in your left hand, 1 in your right hand.
I did not know this.
Open your eyes.
My eyes are open now. Do we think Phasmophobia hangs?
No.
Uh-uh.
Damn, you guys didn't want to play together at all this year. That hurts.
Well, if you weren't playing Fortnite all the time with your
Yeah.
quote unquote friends.
Fork knife.
Phantom Brigade Alpha. This is an XCOM-like game that I've been playing on Epic. It's in early access, but I think it's getting closer and closer to 1.0. It's not tile-based. The mechs move on like a timeline. So the way this works is like the enemy, you'll see the path the enemy's going to take, and you can set your path. And along that path that you set, you can be like, okay, halfway through here, I want to shoot at this angle. It's very involved, very heavy tactics mech game. I'm a dork for this shit. I'm okay with cutting it though, since it's not at 1.0, and I could probably make a stronger point for it once it is at 1.0. And then Josh, you had Infernax on here.
Yes, Infernax came out in February of this year. It's very much like a Castlevania, but it's 3 Simon's Quest, where you kind of have your own choices as far as where you go, which dungeons you go to, stuff like that. But each dungeon unlocks a new ability. It's honestly, it's a really fun game. It gives you back that retro, like late or early 90s, late 80s kind of thing. Lots of fun, very gory. You get to be good or bad or both. And there's like 3 or 4 different. Actually, I think there's 5 endings now because they just had a new DLC come out called Stranger in a Strange Land. I think they kind of bring like a Jason Voorhees into it.
I played parts of this. Did you fight the optional boss like in the shed that like keeps throwing enemies at you from both sides? That was so frustrating. And then like the bosses, like I felt like the game kept on doing a boss like every almost 10 minutes.
And to an extent it does, but that's like I said, it's got that old Castlevania feeling to it.
But I loved it. Like the boss at the like when you're exiting the village and they have the boss at the gates and they have the guys fighting with you.
Yes.
Like this is such a cool moment.
My only pet peeve with it is they very much pulled a Ocarina of Time at you. The water temple, in my opinion, was still the hardest temple.
Goddamn water temples. When will you figure those out?
Never.
I'm okay with it staying. Let's see. So we went through everything we had on this list. Let's see what we've got left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We got 16 games. We got to cut 6.
I think we can get rid of Cuphead.
I also think we can get rid of Cuphead. It was fun. It was a good DLC. Cuphead had its moment to shine, and the cartoon is great. Go check it out.
5 more to go.
Narco?
Yeah, I think Narco.
Guys, I feel like Norco was such a big hit for me.
Fortnite or Narco, Nick?
No, I think they're both great. I think they're both great.
Oh,
I think
man.
Nobody saves
That's
the
not
world.
the
then.
answer I was looking for, Nick.
if I were gonna cut anything that I've mentioned off of this list, it'd probably be Midnight Fight Express.
Okay.
Let me think on that though.
Jake, other than the games we've already named off, is there anyone on here you think it can be removed?
Thrilling podcasting there, Jake. He's just staring like, say your thoughts out loud, pledge.
Fortnite.
Dude, he said other than that.
I said other than the ones we've already named.
Okay.
I'm looking at like Evil West and Somerville. I think one of those can be removed, not both.
I would say Evil West.
I could see
yeah,
Somerville going. You guys didn't see the twinkle in my eye when I was talking about Evil West.
Nick, you had a twinkle in your eye for every fucking game on this list.
I saw
Don't
like a
tell me about a
giant.
twinkle in my eye.
You showed a giant. That's a giant turd in your eye, Nick.
Somebody's
Nick,
got to
you know-
have a twinkle. God damn it!
Nick, do you know that Vince Vaughn movie where he donates a bunch of sperm and then realizes he has like 100,000 kids? That's basically you right now with these fucking games.
It's my sperm.
No, it's not that. Nick's a
My
hoarder,
sperm.
dude. Nick's a hoarder.
All right, I can agree to Somerville going off.
Okay, so that's 4 more left.
Power wash.
No,
I think Jake, you're sleeping on Power Wash, man.
Jake, you were
That
sleeping on.
game.
Coming
was the
from the
last time
guy
you guys
who's
played
only
it?
played Team Fortress all year. Not Team Fortress, Team
Team
Fight
Fight
Tactics.
Tactics. Jesus.
When's the last time you guys played Power Wash Simulator?
Jake has a point.
No, I do. Doesn't matter. Doesn't like it's 2022.
Okay,
It's
Jake,
not.
Jake,
It's not December
hold on.
18th or
Hold
whatever
on.
this is.
Backing Nick now up. Jake, when's the last time you touched Elden Ring?
Are you guys watching Power Wash Simulator on Twitch?
I
Or
am
YouTube?
actually. Yeah. Watch Markiplier. He just did, I think it was episode 4 of Power Wash Simulator. About a month ago.
Oh, Jake and Sheepy.
I'm still watching Elden Ring content.
Okay, well then okay, so Marvel Snap, yes or no?
I think it stays.
Jake?
Over Power Wash Simulator, yes.
No, I'm saying in
No,
general.
not an either or here, Jake.
I think Midnight Fight Express and Tunic can be removed.
I agree with MFE. I don't know if I agree about Tunic.
Yeah, like I mean, like I don't know much about Tunic. I just think it's a you know, a Zelda game, whatever, and I hear good things about it. So you know, I'm on the fence. But Midnight Fight Express, I can get rid of.
13, gentlemen. Ooh, this is
I mean,
tough.
guys, we have to start removing some of these guys. Like, as much as your heart's contented, like for me, I'm totally fine right now with Infernax being removed.
No, you made a strong argument for Infernax.
I did, but Jake's gonna sit here and fucking beat the death that Elden Ring's gonna be God game, even though he's never even touched it.
If you tell me that Fortnite is in the top 10 and Elden Ring is not, you're crazy.
Honestly,
I will.
in my opinion, both games can be removed right now. That'll clear this up.
I will
really quick.
appease. I will appease the room. Fortnite was great this year. Great fucking game. Big piece of my life in 2022. I will remove it.
I think since Nick's being a big man, Jake should be a big man as well, and go ahead and say we can get rid of Elden Ring because
No, my
it
defense
won't
on Elden Ring
officially-
is okay. So the reason I want to get rid of Fortnite was because it didn't really come out this year. Yes, it had Dragon Ball Z and stuff, but like there weren't many like big things about Fortnite.
Jake, name 3 big things that happened in Elden Ring other than let me solo her.
All the speedruns.
I mean, could you have a memorable one that would stick out that I'd be like, oh yeah, you're right, that's true, that happened.
They can beat the game less than 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna call a
Games
timeout on Elden Ring. I'm gonna ask: did any of us actually play Stray?
No.
You can get rid of Stray, it's fine.
As much as I love the idea of Stray, the fact that none of us have actually played it or watched any content for it, I've seen a little bit, but it hasn't been. It's been a game where I'm like, it's on Steam. I think it's $25 on Steam, and anytime I see it, I'm like, when you drop to like $12, I'm gonna get you. I just know it, but not at $25. Stray's gone. We've got 11. 11. One more's got to go.
Thinking it's Elden Ring.
Vampire Survivors.
I think Jake's right with Vampire Survivors, but I don't think Elden Ring should be in top 10 either.
I mean, it's
What's
not
your
gonna
beef? What's your beef with Elden Ring, Josh?
Jake, nationally and probably internationally got its reward, for its awards. Yeah, that's great, but that's not this show. This show is ours, and there should be no reason Elden Ring is on here because all 3 of us combined have
part
under
of this
3
show.
hours.
I
4
am part of the
hours.
show.
I just said all 3 of us combined. Because let's look. Nick, you said you've never played it, right?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I have 9 hours in it, and that's it.
God damn, you're just like, none of our combined, we don't have 3 hours. And I was like, I have 9 hours.
You
I thought I had
Josh,
listened to that.
What the
I thought I
fuck are you
listened to
getting? Who's paying you?
Damn it. It's still 9 hours. That's it. And I guess what? I just beat what's his name? The guy with the fucking cane.
Dude, I haven't
first
played
boss.
it. You're going to have to tell me what his
Not
name
the first
is.
boss. Hold on, let me pull up the fucking list again.
Jake's made a strong argument for it being like his
Margit
game
the Fell Omen. That's who I beat.
with your 9 hours and Jake arguing that like it's eaten up time for him, like consuming content. I could see Vampire Survivors going.
All right, but Elden Ring better not be in top 5. That's all I'm going to say right now.
Well, Josh,
Yes,
you make that argument.
you ape.
You make that argument when we get there. All right, so here's in no particular order. We have Signalis, Marvel Snap, Tunic, Nobody Saves the World, Norco, Power Wash Simulator, Elden Ring, Horizon Forbidden West, Evil West, Infernax. Now the real fun begins. We get these motherfuckers in some kind of order.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, how about this? Let's start with games that more than one of us has played.
Okay.
Played.
Yeah. I'm
I'm clarifying played, not watched. Played.
okay.
I'm about to hop on Elden Ring right now.
I'm gonna put.
Jake.
All right, I'm gonna put the numbers of. There's 3 of us, so I'm gonna put how many. So 2 of us have played Infernax.
Mm-hmm.
I think only one of us have played Evil West.
One on Horizon.
1 on Horizon.
One
1
on Elden Ring. 2 Power Wash Simulator.
Jake hasn't played Power Wash, right?
No,
1 on Norco. Am I the only one that's played Nobody Save the World?
that is correct.
2 on Tunic.
3 for Marvel.
All 3 of us have played. Marvel Snap is not winning based on that, by the way.
No, it's not. No.
And then just me on Signalis.
Yeah, I say we start with the more and then work our way down.
Honestly, I could see Marvel. Like, I know all 3 of us played Marvel Snap. I see Marvel Snap at number 10.
I was gonna say 9.
I was gonna say 9 as well.
The 9s have it. So then what do you see at number 10? That'll be the easiest thing to do. Like, you see the Marvel Snap at number 9. What does everyone see at number 10?
I can't believe I'm gonna do this. Norco.
I was gonna say Norco too.
Just the fact that it's here, I can agree Norco at 10. There was part of me that wanted to add Moon Scars back, but I was like, no, Norco. It's going to be hard to argue both of these. I'm going to delete these numbers as we...
Well, we didn't talk about Infernax, so
I can see Infernax as like a strong, like 6 or 5.
yeah, that's fine. But you just
I'm fixing it. I'm deleting the numbers since we've already got an idea of who's played what. So Infernax, it's 6 or 5, Josh? What's your piece?
I think 5 and then Power Wash Simulator being 6.
Jake
Because
is
yes,
awfully
it's
quiet.
technically
Jake is awfully quiet right now. See, so it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So then this.
I'm
would
just
go-
watching Elden Ring climb.
yeah. That's why I'm fucking shaking my head. It shouldn't be climbing. It's not gonna win. I'm gonna let you know right now. I will fucking quit on this podcast live before I let that thing win.
Might make sense if I start putting numbers next to these.
Josh, find me in the arena on Elden Ring.
Right
Well,
now,
wait,
okay.
Josh, don't do it. You're gonna show up and let me solo her. He's gonna be there waiting.
He's been here the whole time. Damn it.
He's been in the chat the entire time. So I've got numbers on the ones that we kind of have an idea for. Evil. I can see Evil West above Forbidden West. And when the West go mano y mano here.
Why can you see it above?
Because
Justify it.
I think when everybody looks back 10 years from now, the discussion about Forbidden West is still going to be, hey, remember when Forbidden West came out and Elden Ring ate its lunch? But I know that you want Forbidden West above Elden Ring.
So here's the
You
thing,
little
Nick.
shit.
With Evil West, all I heard was after it came out. Do you know what I heard after Horizon Forbidden West came out?
Some
The only-
fucking ponies crying. That's what I heard.
The only thing I heard bad wise is people who don't understand how facial hair works.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those fucking neck beards.
Yeah.
Why does Aloy have facial hair? Nah.
Well,
Yeah.
look, I'm saying I could like my argument with Forbidden West and Evil West is that Forbidden West is getting a series. Evil West is not.
Well, that doesn't influence the game at all. This is game of the year. This is not who's getting series.
Okay, how about this? Her Forbidden West is getting DLC. Is Evil West getting DLC?
That doesn't matter either. This is what you enjoyed with what has been come out. What is out already. Doesn't
So
matter.
I'm-
Doesn't matter.
okay.
Doesn't matter if there's like money coming in the bank.
Okay,
Like,
how
I
about
want to
this,
know.
Nick?
I want to know what's already there.
How about this? Are you still playing Evil West?
I had to step away to review Callisto Protocol, but I plan on going back to Evil West and finishing it.
Okay, so Forbidden West is still in my inventory and I'm still playing it.
I will concede and say Evil West at 8. Okay, so we've got number 5 Infernax, number 6 Power Wash Simulator, number 8 Evil West, 9 Marvel Snap, 10 Norco, and then we got 5 unranked games with Signalis, Tunic, Nobody Saves the World, Elden Ring, and Horizon Forbidden West. And if you're watching the video version, Horizon Forbidden West is right below Elden Ring, and you can see Josh's butthole just puckering at the mention of that.
I think Elden Ring is good at 7. It has a nice ring to it. Get it?
I hate you.
You must have gone to Nick's improv school.
Jesus. I think at that point, Nick, I think Elden Ring should stay at 7, right?
Jake, what say you?
Oh, I said a joke and you got hurt. No, Elden Ring's at least top 4.
I don't see either of these cracking the top 4, by the way. So I could see one going 7, one going 6, and then Infernax and Power Wash Simulator moving up.
Okay, well, I think Elden Ring should be 7. Horizon being 6. Give credit where credit is due.
Well, Jake, make your argument instead of just saying
Well,
no, my dude.
hair. Well, facial hair.
I knew we had a neck beard among us.
Elden Ring has so many mods. It has so much playability. They have people going boss on boss. You could play as a boss to go against other bosses. Every weapon has a special ability. You have online capabilities. Online gameplay is awesome. You have the arena. So many hours in the game. Yes, people are beating the game within 5 minutes. So what? But it's speedrun. People were speedrunning the shit out of it. People were finding stuff that you couldn't find. It took them months to find. I mean, the game's still being played since the beginning of the year.
Holy shit, we dragged a from the heart argument out of him.
I think it was only to get the fucking Elden Ring.
So let me take some weight off of your guys' shoulders. Tunic is sitting here like, oh, these motherfuckers are arguing over 7 and 6, and I'm just sitting here. Can we put Tunic at 7?
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's just sitting there licking its chops while you guys are fucking arguing. It's like, oh, this is good for me.
If you sat here and made us argue between Horizon and Elden Ring,
I didn't make you do shit.
you're a fucking liar. It's because we insulted you and said you're a terrible fucking defense attorney.
I do well. So we've got 10 Norco, 9 Marvel Snap, 8 Evil West, 7 Tunic, 6 Power Wash Simulator, 5 Infernax, with 4 games to go, gentlemen.
Save the world in this list.
I mean, I can see it being 4. I'm just watching you guys pick each other apart over these other 2.
I just don't want Elden Ring to take first. It's already got enough fucking credit as is. We don't need fucking Jake gargling the fucking balls and working the shaft.
I feel like if Elden Ring didn't get Game of the Year, you probably wouldn't be arguing.
No, well, the fact that it's overhyped. Like literally the whole Game of the Year, it wasn't like these 5 great games. It was God of War versus Elden Ring.
But when has a From Software game gotten Game of the Year?
When have they not been nominated for Game of the Year?
I remember people gargling the
Great
balls
games.
of Bloodborne a lot.
Yeah, I mean that's just it. They fucking like, I don't know how this game fucking works, but and like fucking go ham.
But I don't think I don't think like how the past games from that studio have performed should affect this.
I'm not saying that they affect it. I'm saying how it won already. Like it's gotten the highest prestige of awards it can get at this point. We don't need
Okay,
to
so what I'm
fucking-
hearing is Elden Ring 4, Forbidden West 3, Nobody Saves the World, and Signalis tied for first and second.
To make Jake happy, I'm fine with Infernax going 3, Horizon going 5.
No, I don't care where Horizon goes. I just know it's top 3.
At this point, I can see Jake can fucking take 3 with Elden Ring. I'll take for Horizon.
Do you
Because
want to move Infernax up? Because Nobody
No,
Saves the World and Signalis are just sitting there pretty, you guys.
They can fucking sit there and take it at this point because honestly, you've made your cases for Nobody Saves the World, and me and Jake have not even argued about it. We've been sitting here arguing about Elden Ring Horizon, which means Nobody Saves the World and Signalis are going to be fighting for 1 and 2.
So here's my thing about Elden Ring. The only reason I would take it over Forbidden West is that I have not touched a minute of the fucking game. But I can tell you about Let Me Solo Her. I can tell you about I can tell you a little bit about the boss that like he started up with. And I can tell you that like the big twist in the game is that the map is bigger than you think. And like you can go run like the game is in the zeitgeist. And I've even heard people who don't game like talk about Elden Ring, and it's like that was fucking weird. Like, you hear people talking about Halo and Call of Duties, and you expect that from like non-gamers to sound like an idiot. But then to hear someone say like Elden Ring, who like hasn't touched a controller, you're like, what the fuck? I'm
I'm not even gonna argue with it anymore. I've conceded. Jake has the better argument.
Well, and what
Horizon
drove you
could
to
be
get
4.
9 hours in it, Josh? What were you doing in those 9 hours?
Well, that was-
it sounds like you fucking hated it, but you loved it enough to spend 9 hours on it.
Well, I mean, 9 hours. It was probably more like 4 hours, and 5 of it I was like walked away to go do something. And I plugged in. I'm just being brutally honest at that point. But I mean, it's Matt. I remember Matt playing it, and I watched him a little bit. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll buy it and give it a try. I just, it's just something about me when it comes to games that are. At what point is a game in its own? No, how can I say this? At what point are you making the fad or being the sheep that follows?
You don't like it being mainstream.
If it wasn't so mainstream, I think I would have enjoyed it more. But the fact that it's like everybody had to like take a turn, like it was like a rainbow party.
Does that make
Everybody
does that make you an edgelord?
I guess technically I would, but that's my point being is I hate not being either a part of the fad or following right behind it immediately and being a sheep. Like I'd rather wait for it to die down and then go back and enjoy it, because it's the same thing with everything for me. I didn't like Step Brothers when it first came out, and I think it's because everybody talked about it and ruined it for me. It's probably why I don't want to play Ragnarok right now or even watching any content, because people will either ruin it for me or spoil in some way, shape, or form. And I don't want that. I want to enjoy it.
So you don't like. So it seems like you just don't like anything mainstream.
It's not that I don't like it. It's just if I'm not with it ahead of the time, like if I'm not part of it immediately, so I can not like caught in it, then I feel like I'm behind, and I don't. It just gets ruined for me.
Well, I mean, and with every stuff coming out at breakneck paces, like it's tough to like, if you're not in on the ground floor, you're like, oh man, like people are gonna talk. Like that's how I felt about. Like I watched Stranger Things season 4 with everybody, but like I was over it by the end of it, because I was like, man, what do you guys need 2 hours for on the finale to do this?
I mean, you guys are talking to the guy who, to this day, still has not seen Avatar.
The movie or the
Like,
Airbender?
The movie.
Oh, it's okay. You're not.
It's all right.
you're not-
It's just I don't see. It was overhyped, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna wait till it dies down, and then by the time it dies down, either I'm really interested, and like, yeah, I do, or I just don't.
It's all right. You'll enjoy it when you watch it. It's okay. So what I'm hearing is Elden Ring 3, Forbidden West 4. Josh, I think you gotta give Elden Ring another try, because I'm eventually gonna play it when I find the time.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna hop onto it, and just for the I guess the multiplayer aspect.
Maybe we'll get a stream out of you, Jake.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm done with my staff sergeant course, so I have more free time.
So this leaves us in a weird spot, because I honestly don't see Signalis or Nobody Saves the World at number 1.
Well, they've earned the title at this point, so where do you think they
No,
should
I
go?
mean we
man?
could ship things down.
Jake, we're not moving Elden Ring up. I can honestly like, it's weird. Like Nobody Saves the World, I spent all that time the first 3 months of the year in it and haven't really, like I tried going back last week and was like completely lost. It was one of those games where it's like I have no idea what's going on right now.
You almost feel like you have to restart it.
I almost feel like I have to restart it, and I was tempted, but I remember the amount of time I sucked into it. But it's a game that like throughout the year I have thought about the entire time. Like, man, that was just because it was so much fun. Like you get all these different skins and they have all these different abilities, but then it gets to a point where you can start to mix and match them and see what works. And like you have a bodybuilder and one of his abilities is to throw a dumbbell, and you have a rat that can bite. And like after a while you can be a bodybuilder that throws dumbbells and bites people. And it's hilariously stupid. The music's amazing. It's a game I still think about. I have it on Game Pass, and it's one of those games where I'm like, I have this on Game Pass, but I kind of want to buy it for myself, so when it goes away, I still have it.
But it's not top 2 worthy.
I think it's not. I think it's number 1.
You think it's number 1?
I think it's number 1, and I think Infernax and Signalis can switch places.
Okay, Jake,
I'm
what do
being
you think?
honest.
Yeah, that sounds good.
There we go.
And it would look something like this. I still think Power Wash Simulator could go higher, if I'm being honest.
Oh, where do you think it should be?
I'm not about to try and move Elden Ring or Horizon Forbidden West.
Make my day.
I'm not trying to make anyone's day. I could maybe see a Signalis Power Wash Simulator switch, but I also like Signalis at 5. I've got enough on this list. I don't need to be picky.
Honestly, I think this list is fine at this point.
Are we good on finalizing this list?
We're good.
Yeah.
All right. So for game of the year, we've got number 10 Norco, number 9 Marvel Snap, number 8 Evil West, number 7 Tunic, number 6 Power Wash Simulator, number 5 Signalis, number 4 Horizon Forbidden West, number 3 Elden Ring, the heated one. Number 2 Infernax, and then number 1 Nobody Saves the World. Everybody feel good about that?
I'm just glad this nightmare is over.
The game of the year. It's fun. I love this. I should make everyone write up what their personal top 10 is so we can put it up on a website or something. That'd be fun.
Yeah, good luck getting that done.
Good luck getting 3 sentences for 10 different games out of you guys. Well, everybody, that concludes our Game of the Year coverage. We hope you had a great time over these 5 days. I know I sure did. These other guys look like they're sleepy. Not sure if we're doing next week. We're going to do a D&D episode. We just have to get that in order. So it'll either be next week or the week after, but stay tuned. Keep an eye on our socials. We'll update when that happens. Everybody, again, thank you for joining us. This has been Smashing Game Time. We hope you had a smashing great time. We'll see all of you next time. Thanks for listening to Smashing Game Time. If you've enjoyed the show, please rate and review us wherever you get your podcast. We hope you had a smashing great time. See you next time.